All right, back. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for watching. It's your girl, the Plush Mommy. I am Plush, and I'm a mommy. That's why I have that name. Welcome to another episode of It's Just Social Media, a podcast for all you business owners, individuals, and in between who don't know how to use social media and need my expertise. This week, we are starting the new series on Instagram, and I decided that I was going to start off my Instagram series helping you out with all of the mistakes that you are making with your pages. I looked up top 8 mistakes that people are making on their Instagram accounts, and I feel like this will be the ones that once you get rid of them, it will help. Now, for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, you can find my page right here. I am the Plush Mommy on Instagram as well, and I recently grew my page from about 400 followers to 1,100 followers within a few months. Now, the way I did that was by eliminating a lot of these mistakes that I have been doing over the course of the years. And of course, I also started to implement some different strategies and started paying more attention to my page. Let's get started. First of all, for those of you who don't know, Instagram is it's a photo sharing and video sharing platform that is mostly phone based, which means you can't really post from your computer or from any other device outside of a mobile device onto this Instagram account, right? So with Instagram, you would share photos and videos or small short clips on what's called an Insta story onto your page. You can use different tips, different tricks, different things to gain a following of outside of your friends and family. And the way that you would do that, of course, is using your contacts and then hashtags and stuff like that. However, if you're trying to run a business and use your Instagram account as a form of marketing, there are a little bit different things that you would need to do. And so this is where I come in and help you not do the bad things, because you've been doing the bad things and I can see it and it's really sad. Let's start with the first one. People tend to set their accounts on private. If you're trying to get known on Instagram and you're trying to grow your following, why is your account private? For those of you who don't understand, to put your account on private means that unless someone is your friend, they cannot see what you're sharing on Instagram. So they have to request to follow you to see the content that is being shared. Now, the reason why this doesn't help you as a business owner is because if you're sharing this content for strangers to come find you, in order for them to follow you, they need to be able to see your account first. You have to look at Instagram as like a mini website. Your page and the layout of that page is going to show people whether or not you're good enough to follow them. And this is an image-based platform. If I have to request you, I'm not going to follow you. Forget that. You can go on about your business, bro, because I'm not doing it. So you have to make sure that you have your page on public. And if you're a business owner, put your business as a business page. Now, Instagram is owned by Facebook. So if you're going to have a business page on Instagram, it is going to require you to link it to a Facebook business page as well. You do have to have both in order for you to have the business page on Instagram. The other issue is people don't have any strategies with their photos and their videos. So when they're posting their photos and they're posting their videos, they're just kind of randomly posting it whenever they feel like. There's no real rhyme or reason to it, and they're just kind of throwing it out there. Everything you do with business and anything is with a strategy. You have to know when and what time works best for the post that you're sharing on Instagram. I know that 7 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. are the best times that get me the most engagement on my Instagram posts. But I also know that certain posts at those times work better than others. And I know this because of the research that I've been doing by just throwing stuff out there. Now, in the beginning, that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to just put posts out there at different times and see exactly what is working best for you. There are sweet hours that people tend to work with. Start with early morning posts before people leave for work, midday posts when people are on their lunch breaks, and late evening posts when people have just gotten home from work. Those are usually the sweet spots when you can get a lot of engagement. Those are when people are mostly on their phones scrolling through Instagram. You do see a lull in time, like in the middle of the morning, like 10 o'clock, or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Those times might not work for you, but it might work for other people depending on the line of business that you're in and what you're sharing. If you're sharing a post once a day, then you need to make sure that you keep that same energy. Keep that same energy, sis. If you can post once a day from the beginning of you opening this account, you better make sure that you can post once a day, every day, forever. 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 You have to make sure that you're posting regularly, otherwise people aren't going to keep up with you. Because after a while, you've gotten people accustomed to a schedule. And it's the same thing like with YouTube that I said in my last videos. It's the same thing that we do when we're watching television. We sit and we wait next week because we know that next week we're going to see the next episode of our favorite TV show. And we know that we're going to get ready to get Hulu or get in front of the television on Tuesday because we know that our next episode of our show is right there waiting for us to watch. And if they go on your page and they haven't seen a new post from you after 6 weeks, they're going to stop following you. They're going to stop engaging with you. And when you finally do decide to share a post, they're not really going to care. So you want to make sure that your content is consistent and consistently shared and shared with some strategy behind it if you want to see any traction with your posts. I keep saying engagement because I mean that, right? Engagement is someone commenting, liking, sharing, or saving your Instagram posts. Everything you're posting on Instagram is geared towards engagement. In fact, it is more important for engagement on Instagram than it is for you to get a like on Instagram. Anyone can like a picture and keep going. But if they actually take the time out to write a comment under your photo, that means way more to you as a business owner, an influencer, an individual, or otherwise than anything else. Because when someone is putting a comment under your post, they are taking the time to say that they really appreciate what it is that you're saying, or whatever it is that you have posted has really resonated with them, so much so that they've chosen to take some time out to write out a comment. And that is a big deal. Which means the biggest other mistake that people make is that they're not responding to comments. If you're not responding to engagement, you're not going to get any more engagement from that person. Imagine walking down the street, someone saying, "Ooh, girl, I like your dress." And you look at them and walk away. You don't say thank you. You don't acknowledge them. Rude. That's the exact same thing as Instagram. That is exactly what that looks like when somebody says, "Oh my God, sis, I love that outfit. You slayed, honey." And you walk back and you didn't even respond, like, and or reply to that comment. You've now lost a follower and you don't realize it. What you're doing is creating a community of people by responding to all the comments that have come your way. Unless you're Beyonce, you can't sit up here and ignore comments. If you're getting comments to the extent of like 6,000 comments an hour, obviously respond to as many as you can in the beginning. But then after a while, it's going to fall off. Your posts are going to keep getting comments well into a couple weeks from now, and you're going to be on to the next post. That's going to happen, and that's okay. Once you get to a certain level, responding to every single comment, liking every single comment isn't going to be a part of your requirements. But if you see that you average about up to 50 comments a post, you better believe that you need to take some time out of your days. Like, schedule that in where you're liking every single comment and responding to every comment. Whether it be an emoji, a thank you, a quick thumbs up emoji, a quick hello, hi, how are you, a quick whatever you have to do, make sure you're responding to these comments with some meaning so that these people feel like you took some time out of your day to like talk to me after I took some time out of my day to talk to you. That also goes for your DMs. If you are getting a DM based off of a post that you shared, best believe you better double tap that DM and like it and also respond to it. Every DM that comes your way needs to be responded to and needs to be responded to within a timely manner so that you are getting the most bang for your buck. It is essential for your business and for your Instagram page as a whole, okay? You're posting your photos, you're posting your videos, you finally have a schedule, you're engaging with your people, you like what they're saying, they like what you're saying, it feels good, you feel good, everyone's happy, it's working right, it's working good, right? Are your photos good quality though? Blurry photos are no longer the move, okay? I know that we have viral videos and stuff that we can barely make out what's going on, But let's just be real about it. Like, that's not the thing that's going to get your followers to grow. If you're struggling with your Instagram account growth, it is because you have low quality photos. Use your cell phone camera, use whatever equipment that you have available to you to make sure that the photo quality is good. For my influencers, a lot of you guys are using filters and stuff like that. Make sure the filters do not take too much away from the photo where I don't know what the actual photo is supposed to look like. You have to keep the photo quality good, right? Travel bloggers, you would think I have a professional photographer like running around with them while they take these amazing travel photos. That's actually not the case. I have a cousin, she posts a lot of travel photos. Majority of the time, she props her phone up on something and takes the photo with a self-timer. That's it. And she uses portrait mode or pro mode, depending on the type of phone it is, and it gets the shot. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I feel like when it comes to these photos, you don't have any excuse to have low quality Instagram photos. Business owners, if you have a product that you're selling, you could also use your phone, your portrait mode, and then just set up a nice little set, make sure it's really, really clean in the background, all of those things, not a really distracting background, all of that, and clean it up. And then you could use a little bit of a filter, a little editing, and then boom, you have the perfect photo to sell your item without even having to get a photo shoot ready or whatever. This exact video right now is being filmed on an iPhone. I do have the iPhone 11 Pro Max, so I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh, I'm just using the iPhone 3GS and it's so easy, so whatever. Like, I'm not lying. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it is a newer iPhone. However, it is still a phone recording this video, and it is great quality, so why not use it? I don't need to go out and get a DSLR 6000 and do all the extra stuff right now because I have this phone and I'm using that and it works great. So for now, that's what I'm using and it works fine. You can do the whole thing on your phone and not have to spend another dollar. How are your hashtags, honey? Let me know. How are the hashtags? Are you putting a couple of hashtags there? Are you hashtagging every single word that makes no sense? Are you just randomly putting hashtags that don't have anything to do with the post that you've posted? Did you put hashtag grape or hashtag blessed when you're trying to sell something? Figure out the hashtags that you need to use for your post. Make sure you're using a hashtag on this platform. Instagram is one of the few platforms that have left the organic reach available for their followers. Use it to your advantage. You can hashtag up to 30 hashtags under every single post for every post that you make. So use every single hashtag that is available to you. Now, after you get to a certain following, I'm not saying that you're going to be able to do all 30 hashtags for every single picture every single time. If you research the 30 hashtags that you can use for your posts and then create a notepad and list them all there, you can kind of go back and forth in between those hashtags over the course of weeks so that you're not using the same exact hashtags every single post every day. The reason why I say not to do that is because you're going to find yourself shadow banned by Instagram if you use a hashtag too often and if you use a hashtag too frequently. They're going to think you're abusing that hashtag and they're going to stop delivering your post to that hashtag. The other issue with hashtags is that people tend to favor hashtags that have millions and millions of people using that hashtag. Those hashtags are reserved for people who have higher following. If you are a new account and you're trying to grow your following from a couple thousand to a couple extra thousand, you would probably want to use the couple 100,000s or 1,000 hashtag users, right? So if you see hashtag everybody get dressed, that might be a hashtag. If you see 100,000 people use that hashtag, go ahead and use that hashtag, right? But if you're only seeing like 17 million people use that hashtag, don't even bother putting it on there because you might find that it's going to not deliver your post to the people who follow the hashtags. Also, try and follow hashtags of within your industry. You can actually follow them like it's an Instagram account because that way you can keep your eyes on the pulse of your industry and you can also see how other accounts are moving within your realm and you can keep an eye out for what your audience is doing and what the people are doing within your audience, right? You also want to make sure that within those captions of the hashtags, you got the hashtags you're consistently posting, you got your nice quality photo, it's popping, right? You got everything ready, but you're misspelling your word. Know the difference between there, and there. Know the difference between how to use a comma and a semicolon. And when you find out the difference between how to use a comma and a semicolon, please let me know because I do not know. Proofreading your captions are essential when it comes to your Instagram posts. if you don't proofread your captions, you're going to run into a very unfortunate snag of people not wanting to engage with you or engage with your brand because they think you're dumb. And I'm not saying that your audience is smarter than you. I'm saying to act as if your audience is smarter than you. Never act like you're more educated or smarter than anybody that is your audience. So always make sure that you're putting out your most professional and quality foot forward. And the way you do that is proofreading your captions, making sure that you're spelling things right. You have autocorrect on your phone already. Use that to your advantage. You have Grammarly and other apps that are available to you to help you write things within the right sentences. And the best one yet, just keep it short. Keep it very simple and keep it short so that you don't have to worry about a caption being misread, misunderstood, or misspelled because you didn't know how to write it. You don't have to sell so much, but you do have to make sure that you're asking a question. Yo, this happened the other day. I don't know what this is. Has anyone else had this experience? Done. End of story. Hashtag it out and keep it moving. That way, you're not worried if people are engaging with you or not engaging with you or whatever. You have everything in place. So you don't have to worry about that, right? The next tip is you want to make sure that you're following back your followers or you are responding to your followers in the DMs. You don't have to always follow back everybody that follows you. And the only reason why that is because you might not like the people's content that you're following. You have three options. You can mute them or you can not follow them, but you can respond to them in DMs, right? Or send them a DM introducing yourself and answering any questions that they may have, right? Just reach out, let them know, and humanize your brand by letting them know, hey, my name is the Plush Mommy. I'm here to let you know that I thank you for following me, and I would love to answer any questions that you have about social media. I'm right here available to you in DM, so just reach out and say hi. Thanks for following. Bye-bye. And then that's it. Those kinds of messages go a long way with people because that means that you've taken the time out of your day to actually send a message to these people. And then engaging with them actually builds the tribe that you're trying to build so that you can grow your audience. Social media is really powerful like that, where you can kind of do all this work by yourself and you not even have to spend a penny if you really do it right, you know? But you don't want to depend all on social media, so you just have these things as a backup plan, right? That's pretty much it. Again, if you liked this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I want to hear from you what your Instagram, horror stories are, what issues that you run into with Instagram. If you think there are some things I didn't cover. Next week, I'm going to make sure to go over video content, Instagram video, IGTV, and of course the Insta stories. So I will go over all the details of how best to use that and utilize that to your advantage. So stay tuned for that. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share the content. And always remember to spread love. Bye. It's recording now because I don't have time for the shenanigans.
Dab. Cheeks.
You said dab. I didn't know what you meant. Hot.
Wait, you're pressing too hard.
I'm hot.
You're pressing too hard.
Is it bad that I smudge?
Turn that way. Oh, blend that. Right there. Yes. My God, girl, you're like pressing the sponge into your face.
Oh man, was I doing that for real?
Oh, do your mouth. No. Sponge your mouth.
All right, I'd take a selfie because yeah. All right. I don't want to talk about this again. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this for tomorrow. It's for tomorrow.